Hi there, I'm Cheryl MacDonald, founder of women's yoga school YogaBellies.co.uk. I would like to share my morning practice with you. For me, the big things in the morning are sore neck. I have some problems with my neck stiffness and the entire length of the spine as well. So just releasing that, making sure everything's loosened up for the day ahead. Also working on my hamstrings, so releasing any tightness in the hamstrings from jogging the night before, and I'm basically just giving my whole body a wake up. So this sequence is only 20 minutes long. Get your mat out, get on the floor, join in. If you don't have a mat, just use a towel or a rug, that's absolutely fine. As I said, it's beginner to intermediate level. Just join in at your own pace and feel free to take a break whenever you have to. Enjoy.
So just beginning the practice, bringing the feet hip width apart, shoulders back and down, just grounding with the feet, engaging the calves, the thighs, the buttocks, shoulders back and down, and release the neck, releasing the muscles of the face, and allow them to relax. Allow the jaw to lie limp in the mouth, and release. Taking the shoulders back and down, taking the shoulders back, rolling, releasing, remembering to breathe, stretching up and over with the left arm, stretching the fingertips up to the sky, fingers of the opposite hand stretching down, not leaning on the leg. Remember to breathe, and with each exhale, go a little further forward. Bring it back to center. Inhale, reaching up, and on the exhale, sliding the hand down the thigh towards the knee, not resting on the knee, just gently placed. Inhale, following exhale. With each exhale, coming back to center. Now clasping the hands behind the back, shoulders back and down. Inhale, taking a slight back bend, and on the exhale, coming gently forward from the hips, bringing the hands up and over, releasing the shoulders, releasing the neck, and with each exhale, allowing those fingertips to come a little closer to the ground. Remember to breathe, open up the shoulders, release the lower back, the coccyx. Inhale, following exhale. Just release and relax. And back to standing position, shoulders back and down. Now we're going to take the feet just hip width apart. Again, placing the Tadasana, standing mountain pose, engaging the navel back to the spine, Uddiyana Bandha. Taking the 4 and the middle finger to the crease in the hips, inhale, back bend, and gently come forward from the hips, elbows pulling back away from the body. Taking the head towards the mat, not the knees, and the 4 middle fingers coming to the inside of the big toe, pulling up in the toes, pushing down with the toes, and just flexing each leg, pedaling the feet, releasing the neck, bending the knees if you have to, just enjoying the release in the hamstrings, the calves, taking the head to the mat, not towards the knees. Inhale, exhale. Make sure those elbows are tucked in gently. And continue to breathe here for a moment. Straightening the back, looking forward, coming onto the tips of the fingers, lengthening that spine from the coccyx to the tip of the nose. Then placing the palms of the hands directly under the feet, Padahastasana, and coming forward. Now try to take the toes up to the crease in the wrist if you can. Bend the knees if you have to. but get those hands underneath the feet. And release with each exhale, bringing your head slightly closer to the ground. The abdominals towards the thighs, the chest to the knees. Bending the knees and releasing the hands, taking them back to the hips. Squatting and coming in to Uttanasana. We're going to take 5 breaths here. So nice deep squat. Try to keep the buttocks parallel with the knees if you can. Hands raising up to the sky, shoulders back and down. Pulling the navel back, Uddiyana Bandha. Bring the hands into prayer. Coming up and back down again. Into squat. Now turning to the side. Inhale, and on the exhale, gently rotate. Keeping the palms together. Now this can be tricky to balance, so try and keep the knees together. And take 5 breaths here. Inhale, following exhale. Remember to breathe. With each exhale, twist slightly more, looking over the shoulder. And back to center, raising the arms up again. Back to Uttanasana. Chair pose. Taking 5 breaths here. Inhale, following the exhale. Hands back to prayer. And twisting to the opposite side on the exhale, looking up towards third eye. This is our drishti, our point of focus. And we're going to take 5 breaths here. And as we twist, we release the entire length of the spine. Inhale, following exhale. And back to center. Coming into forward bend. Just releasing those legs, pedaling the knees, and taking the 4 in the middle finger back to the inside of the big toe. We're going to push down with the toes and pull up with the arms, keeping the elbows close to the body. Just pulling ourselves further forward into standing forward bend. Taking the head towards the mat, the stomach to the thighs, the chest to the knees. Just being aware of how much deeper the forward fold is each time we do it. Now we're going to place the hands flat on the mat in front of the feet and fold forward. If we have to bend the knees, that's fine. Then coming on to the tips of the fingers and lengthening again from the coccyx to the tip of the nose. Placing the hands down, coming forward, release that neck. Coming on to the tips of the fingers, looking forward. Placing the hands down again, remembering to breathe as we stretch and release. Taking the right hand up to the sky, looking up over the shoulder towards the fingertips. Left hand placed flat on the mat. Taking 5 breaths here. Inhale, following exhale, enjoying the rotation. Further releasing the spine. Placing both hands back to the mat. Coming on to the tips of the fingers, looking forward. Hands back flat on the mat. And now we're going to change sides. Taking the opposite hand up to the sky. Raising the fingertips, looking up over the shoulder if it's comfortable to do so. This is your drishti, your point of focus. Inhale, following exhale. And then release the hands back down. And come on to all fours. Placing the hands underneath the shoulders, the knees under the hips, and from tabletop, raising the back, curling up, looking towards the sky, and curling down, releasing every vertebrae of the spine, looking towards the navel. This is our drishti. and release as we look up towards the third eye between the eyebrows. And back down again. And just in your own time, continue to release. Rolling up. Exhale as we curl under again. Releasing the neck, the shoulders, the entire length of the spine down to the sit bones. And release. And curl. Inhale. Following exhale, pulling the navel back to the spine as we curl up like a cat. And exhale. This is Buddhalasana, cat curls. And now into extended table pose. So keeping both hands on the mat, we're going to extend the right leg out behind. And then if we can, we're going to take the left arm out in front. Okay, so a nice straight line with the arm and the leg. So stretching as far away as possible with the arm, the extended arm. And with the extended leg, we're going to flex the foot to activate the calves. Pulling the navel back to the spine, engaging Uddiyana Bandha. And after 5, coming back to tabletop position. And now we're going to change sides. Taking the opposite leg out behind, flexing that foot. And the opposing arm out in front. Stretching in opposite directions as far as we can. Fingertips, tips of the toes, the heel. Stretching and releasing that spine. Working the abdominal muscles, engaging Uddiyana Bandha. Taking the navel back to the spine. And take it to the wobble point. When you start to wobble, that's when you know you're engaging the core, the abdominal muscles. And back to center. Now sliding back into Balasana, child's pose, stretching the fingertips out in front and taking the forehead to the mat. Just rest here for as long as is comfortable. Remember to breathe, just breathing naturally now. Inhale, following the exhale. Just release and relax. And breathe. Now we're going to come into dolphin pose. So placing the front of the arms and the palms flat in the mat and popping up onto the elbows, pulling up by the sit bones, so lengthening from the elbows to the sit bones, and then from the sit bones down to the heels, so aiming to take those heels to the mat but not losing the integrity of the posture. Okay, so if this is too much, you can go into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog, as a nice alternative, and release back into child's pose. This is quite a strong pose. Rest back into Balasana. And from Balasana, we're just going to pop up, positioning those wrists, making sure we don't take too much strain onto the wrists, spreading out the fingers, and coming into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Taking the shoulders back and down away from those ears. Release the shoulders. Push into the hands, lengthen from the fingertips. And then come forward into plank position. And we're going to hold this for 5. Take the navel back to the spine. Make a nice long straight line with the body. Just hold it for 5. Remember to breathe, ladies. Inhale, following exhale. And back into downward dog. If you need to come down into child at any point, just do so. If you can, come back from downward dog into plank. We're going to do this movement a few times. We're building up strength in the arms, the legs, the core, the shoulders. Coming back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Release the neck. Pushing into the hands, shoulders back and down, lengthening with the sit bones, all the way down, pushing into the feet, and back to plank position. Take it to that point where you begin to wobble. And from here, Chaturanga down, and into Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. Flip over the toes, into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana once again. And back to Chaturanga, coming all the way down to the floor this time. Fronts of the feet connecting with the mat. Forehead resting on the mat, lying flat on the floor. And relax. Bringing the head up, taking the elbows close to the body and the forearms flat in the mat. Shoulders back and down, elbows tight to the body. This is Sphinx pose. This is quite a strong back bend. We're just going to look forward here. Tip of the nose is our Drishti, our point of focus. Remember to breathe. Inhale, following exhale. And if you can, from Sphinx, we're going to slide back into Cobra position. Okay, reposition yourself. Shoulders back and down again. We're just going to be looking gently forward. You can take the ankles together, bringing yourself into the shape of a cobra or snake. One leg. Shoulders back and down, elbows close to the body, pushing into the hands. Again, a stronger back bend, but feel free to stay in Sphinx. And then we'll come down, resting our forehead on the mat and relaxing into Child's Pose, Balasana. And just breathe here. This is always also a forward bend, so releasing those strong back bends that we've just done. We've been working strongly in the legs and the back, and also in releasing the neck. And now just coming back to lying on your back. Bend the knees up and place the feet on the mat. We're going to take the left knee into the chest and just pull it in there, releasing and opening the hips, rotating the foot. And now we're going to gently pull the knee open, so opening that hip and groin area even more deeply. And just breathe. Inhale, following exhale. And with the exhale, just open the hips slightly more using your hand. And come back to center, both feet on the ground. Changing sides, we extend the left leg out, bring the right knee to the chest and open. You can use the opposite hand, the left hand, to push down on the opposite hip to allow the hips to gently open more. So again, creating that bind, pulling and opening. With each exhale, opening slightly more. Remember to breathe. And back to center. Now bringing both knees to the chest, feet touching, clasping the hands, and just rock from side to side. Just enjoy this release, enjoy the feeling on the back, on the spine, and bring the head towards the knees and release. So placing the feet directly under the knees, we're going to come into bridge position. Place the hands flat on the mat with the forearms, shoulders back and down, just walk them under a little, and then take the buttocks up to the sky. So pushing up with the hips. Make sure you can breathe, continue to breathe, not compressing the throat. Just taking 5 breaths here. Continually pushing up with the hips, pushing the knees together for a more advanced version, and release down. Release those shoulders and bring the buttocks back to the mat and relax. And now we're going to come up into bridge again, walking the shoulders under, taking the hip bones up to the sky. If you want to, you can take the hands to the buttocks or the hips for extra support, or keep the front of the arms and the palms placed gently on the mat. Remember to breathe. Feel this strongly in the thighs, in front of the body, the buttocks. And relax. Taking the knees to the chest again. Wrap the arms around the knees and just rest here. Release and relax. Almost ready for the day ahead. Just releasing and relaxing. Now we're going to bring the soles of the feet together and we're going to move into Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined cobbler pose. Okay, so from a yin perspective, as we're winding down, we're going to slide those feet slightly further down and release. Okay, so just take the feet slightly further away from the groin, keeping the soles of the feet together, and we're going to extend both arms up and over the head, palms of the hands facing up to the sky, and we're going to relax here, remembering to breathe. Inhale following exhale, just gently opening the hips and relaxing. Focusing on your intention for the day ahead. Just bringing to mind positivity. Allowing yourself to enjoy each moment of the day as it is now. And come into Savasana, relaxation pose. Toes pointing out, palms facing up to the sky. Release the jaw. Allow the tongue to lie limp in the mouth. And relax the muscles of the face. Breathe normally now. Just relax here as long as you like. And when you're ready to come back to center and move on with the rest of your day, please do so.